way for attaining the financial freedom is identify the income. So people have a different source of income. So the income include your salary or interest from savings account or interest from fixed deposit. Some people will have a rental income, or some people will have a dividend from stock or interest income, etc. So you calculate the entire source of income. Even your surplus fund or incentive, something like so also comes under the income. So people will have a different type of income. So most of you have earned income, and some people will have a profit income, and a few will have a interest income or dividend income, and very rarely people will have a rental income who already own home. And few people who invested in the stock market will have a capital gains. These six mostly will fit most of the people, but very rarely around 1 to 2% will get a royalty income by means of getting patent or creating some product or ideas or process. So next important step is identify your expense. Calculate all your expense for the past 3 months. The expenses can be three types. One is early expenses, recurring expenses, monthly expenses, and fourth one is emergency expense, which is not included. So now we are going to see each and everything by detail. First is early expense. Few people will have a medical insurance that comes under early expense. Car or bike insurance, and planning for a vacation comes under early expense. Certain type of AMC, annual maintenance contract, will comes under yearly expense. Monthly expense will be different, like EB bill, telephone bill, household expenses, maid or driver salary, house rent, television. Some people would have subscribed for Netflix or Amazon. That comes under the monthly expense. Loan repayment, transportation charges by getting of bus, monthly pass, something like that, or clothing expense. And emergency expense. Emergency expense may means of medical emergency, or people might need a cash for accident or vehicle repair, or emergency household expenses. So first you identify what is the source of income. Next you identify what are the different type of expenses. Next, how to collect this information. So this information can be collected in different way. For example, you go to your online portal or mobile application, get the data for past 3 months or 6 months, whatever is possible, and try to collect the information of your expenses with the means of mobile application or diary. There are a lot of mobile application available in the Android platform as well as iOS platform. You can download. You can include the total amount of income you got as well as expense by means of 3 months or 6 months. So, what is our financial goals? To achieve true financial freedom, to achieve short term as well as long term financial goal, some people will have a buying a home, car, children education, children marriage, or retirement, something like that. So, now we are going to see what is the first step. The first step is creating emergency fund. Emergency fund is minimum of 6 months of your expense. Anyone volunteer who can be ready to reveal their monthly expense? Any volunteer?
15,000, sir.
50,000, 50.
1,500, sir.
15. Okay, so that means how much you should have an emergency corpus fund? At least 6 months, because this knowledge is there for a quite long duration, but following COVID we realized we should have a emergency corpus fund. Why? Because following COVID or some kind of trauma or some injury, following a fracture, you might need to be bedridden for quite some time, maybe 4 months or 6 months, something like that. Meantime, yourself and your family need the finance. So for that, you should create first emergency corpus fund, minimum of 6 months. This is according to their need. Some people will need minimum of 15,000. Some people minimum of 1 lakhs. So the required amount into 6 is required as a corpus fund. This can be calculated based on monthly expenditure. What to do this corpus fund? So you can park this emergency fund in a safe place by means of liquid cash. People might have a liquid cash in their home or in locker, or you can keep as a fixed deposit or liquid debt mutual fund. So you have to keep the money which is very safe and you can withdraw whenever possible. So that is the purpose of emergency corpus fund. Don't invest your emergency corpus fund in a risky asset like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency or stock market like that. Because whenever you require money, you can't withdraw the money. So emergency fund always should be parked in a safe asset. Safe asset. Second important step is repayment of your unwanted debt. So people will have a unnecessary credit card bill for a longer duration. So they will convert the credit card bill into EMI. So converting the EMI into a credit card bill actually is disastrous because any of you know what is the percentage they're charging for a EMI by the credit card companies? Anyone? Anyone volunteer?
Sir, that
24.
electronic things, sir, they have around 18 or 9.
No, no. You
I
have
think
a
it is around 35%.
sorry.
Is it around 30%?
So usually the credit card company charges around 14 to 30%. It's very high amount for conversion of the credit card bill into EMI. So never try to do your conversion of existing credit card bill into EMI. So if you have any chance to buy a money from your friend or somebody or even with a lower interest, you try to close your credit card bill because credit card it is going to get lot of money from you rather than it's going to give opportunities for you. But if you plan your credit card bill according to your monthly cycle, it is always better. Second important thing is foreclosure of home loan, car loan, or personal loan with a high interest. Third is understanding the value of asset and liability. Some people, if you have money, they will try to buy a few things which may not be a real asset, actually liability. Liability means taking money from you. There is different concept between asset and liability. Asset is those things which are going to give money for you is considered as an asset. Liabilities is even a product which you got is going to take money away from you is called considered as a liability. So third important thing is get good health insurance. If you are a single person in a young age, health insurance may not be so important, but still it is better to have a health insurance because nowadays following a COVID or following a trauma, if you need a surplus amount for spending your medical
ఏపా
expenses, it's definitely create a burden for you.
చూడండి చేయని కానీ కానీ
So
ఏం పర్లేదు
always have a health insurance. If you are a married person or a family who have a father dependent mother along with your entire family, try to take a family floater health insurance. The minimum cover should be 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Even more than that also good, but minimum cover should be at least 5 lakhs. So how to achieve true financial freedom? There is two ways. First is increase
Sir,
your income. Second is decrease
సార్
your expense.
సార్
Yes.